Shalom. Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers, Christians, truth and sincerity all over the earth. Another shalom to you hopeful elect out there. This lesson is going to be dealing with dealing with the heathen women, the women of the other nations, and it's really going to be mainly going into concubines. And as we know, in the kingdom, we're gonna be having concubines and women of the other nations that we just gonna have for our sexual needs, as if you want to say that, and then send them out to do something else or whatever the case may be. Whenever you're not dealing with your actual wife or your wives, then you have a concubine to rely on. And concerning dealing with other nations, how other groups teach that if you have a woman of the other nation, it's a sin. And I'm gonna read the scripture that they always go to that they always say that, oh yeah, see brother right here, it says, and they're talking about in the scriptures of Deuteronomy 7 verse 3. And if you read up to the first verse, it lets you know what it's talking about when you go down 2 more verses, which is in the 3rd chapter. And a lot of people use that scripture to justify the fact that we're not allowed to deal with any other nation. But when you go to the scriptures, many of the people before us, like for an example, King David, King Solomon, they had women of the other nations, and there was no sin for him. There was no sin for them to have other women. And I'm going to read why King Solomon was going off. So we're just going to read. I'm going to start off with the scripture in Deuteronomy first, and then I'm going to go on to the other points. So we're going to start off with scripture that everybody knows. We're going to go to Deuteronomy 21 and verse 10. Now, if it is a sin to be with a nation of the woman, we're going to read this and we're going to see what this says. And we're going to see if that lines up with the scriptures. All right, so this is Deuteronomy 21, and this is verse 10. It says, when thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy power hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head, and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. And it shall be, if thou have no delight in her, then thou shalt let her go whither she will, but thou shalt not sell her at all for money. Thou shalt not make her merchandise of her, because thou hast humbled her. Now, if it is a sin to be with these other nations, why, when we go to war, take down other nations? Because when you go into war and you take down nations, other nations of people, you get their spoils, you get their land, you get their wealth, their animals, and their women. Just like how Esau had his way with our women, he took us down, and he had our way with our women. It's the same exact thing. And just like when Yahweh Shai's kingdom is going to be set up on the earth, when we take down these other nations, what's going to be our spoils? They're women. So when we go to war, we're gonna see beautiful Edomites, beautiful Moabites, beautiful Ammonites among these other nations, Africans, the Hamites. We're gonna see beautiful women among that nation, and we're gonna be able to have them. It's a part of the scriptures. Let's read that again. Deuteronomy 21 verse 10. When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and the Lord thy God hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and has a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife, then thou shalt bring her to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails, and she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and mother a full month. So a full month she gets to bewail her parents also, because when you go to war, what happens? You probably killed her family, her father, and all that case. So she's mourning. She bewailed her father and her mother a full month, and after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife. So in the kingdom, best believe that we're gonna have concubines. We're gonna have multiple wives, if that's because some brothers don't want to do all that. Then if that's the case, then you don't have to do that. But you got to also understand that our mindset and how we think is going to be completely different from what it is now. So you might say now that, oh, I don't want to deal with all those women, I don't want to deal with the heathen, I don't want to deal with all that. But if you see a fine ass Moabite in the kingdom, wherever the case, you might completely change your mind. Or East African woman, or Elam, or whatever the case may be, you're gonna be thinking completely different. No, I don't want all the multiple women. It's not a sin for you not to have multiple wives, and it's not a sin for you to have multiple wives. So I'm gonna get the point. I want to get this, because when King Solomon, when he had strange women as wives, it was no sin. It was no sin that Solomon had wives of a strange nation. It wasn't that. The sin was when he started to worship their gods, and we're gonna read that. So all these groups that's teaching it's a sin for you to beat other women, why was it not a sin for Solomon to have these other women? So this is 1 Kings 11. I'm gonna start at 1, and I'm gonna go down pretty far. So we're just gonna read on. 1 Kings 11 and verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites, Zidonians, and Hittites, of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines. So the 700 wives, princesses was Israelite women, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. Verse 4. For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his power, as was the heart of David his father. Verse 5. For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father. And what evil did he did? Following his other gods. Then did Solomon build a high place for Shemush, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incense and sacrificed unto their gods. And the Lord was angry with Solomon because, let's find out why. The Lord was angry because he wasn't angry for Solomon for having the strange women. Let's find out why he was angry. Because his heart was turned from the Lord Yahweh of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. And he commanded him concerning this thing, that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not which of the Lord commanded. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and I will give it to thy servant. Notwithstanding in thy days I will not do it for David thy father's sake, but I will rent it out of thy hands of thy son. And the point was earlier, his heart was turned because, this is verse 9, because his heart was turned away from the Lord Yahweh of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. So Solomon went after the other gods. Start building temples for them, start worshiping their gods. That was the sin in that. There was no sin of him having the nation, having women of the other nation. The sin was that he went after their gods. So, also a point is that he had concubines. And that same thing is going to return back when we're in the kingdom. So the nigger women out there that's trying to keep Jake in the box think they going to keep ruling on top. No, that's not the case, man. When the kingdom is established, everything is going to be set back in the right order. Women is going to be underneath the men. They're not going to have shit to say. They're not going to be, this nigga ain't shit, nah, all that stuff. I don't listen to you. I'm not, all that. That nigger woman spirit is going to be thrown, it's going to be left here and burnt in Babylon, man. So you nigger woman out there is going to have nothing to say. And for you groups out there that's teaching, it is a sin to have to be with another woman, you going off. So let's get this scripture, because multiple of our men in ancient times had concubines. I'm gonna get another scripture. Actually, let me get this before I go to Deuteronomy. It's going to be a quick point right here to back it up a little bit more. 2 Samuel 5 and verse 13. And David took him more concubines and wives out of Jerusalem after he was come from Hebron, and there was yet sons and daughters born to David. David took him more concubines. David had concubines. And then also, at the account of Moses' wife was an Egyptian. So why wasn't that a sin back then either? Moses wasn't going off for that reason. So let's get this. Now above this, because my Bible has like basically, I don't want to say it like what I want to say. What is the word I'm looking for? A summary about what it is above the chapter. So this is Deuteronomy 7, and above the 7 it says, Israel warned for the idolatry of Canaan. So let's read this. Start at verse 1. That's all the Israelite groups go to. Deuteronomy 7 verse 1. When the Lord thy power shall bring thee into the land whither thou goest to possess it, and have cast out many nations before thee, the Hittites, and the Girgashites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than thou. And when the Lord thy power shall deliver them before thee, thou shalt smite them and utterly destroy them. That thou shalt make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither. See, now look, this is another thing too. When you're reading this, it has a semicolon in the middle between 2 and 3. The two dots. I think it's called semicolon. I think the semicolon is, whatever. You guys know what I'm talking about. So this 3 is a continuation on of 2. It says, neither shalt thou make marriages with them, thy daughter thou shalt not give unto his son, nor his daughter shall thou take unto thy son. Let's keep going. Why? For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy thee suddenly. But thus shall you deal with them. You shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their groves, and burn their graven images with fire. That's what that's going into. Not the brothers just give me Deuteronomy 7 verse 3, and they skip the whole context of what's going on in that thing. That was talking about that time. Period. There's also one more. I want to show that Abram, he got his name changed to Abraham, he had concubines as well. Let's find the scripture real quick. Because that perverse spirit is going all over the place. So we're going in the kingdom. We're going to have concubines. We're going to have women of other nations. That's the spoil of war. Women. Genesis 25 and verse 6. I want to start at 6. I'll start at 5. And Abraham gave all that he had unto Isaac, but unto the sons of the concubines which Abraham had, Abraham gave gifts, and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived eastward unto the east country. So I'm trying to slack you, just bear with me, because I'm reading a little bit more down to see if anything else that I want to read in here. Yeah. So that's on that. So Abraham also had concubines. So that's going to be it's a reoccurring thing throughout the scriptures, and also it's going to make a return when we take down all these other nations, when Yahushua makes his return. So I think that's pretty much it. I think pretty much the point is made. There's no scripture that I really want on that about concubines and all that. So yeah, we're gonna be, and the only thing concubine means is to lie with. The only thing your concubine is going to be your wife, but she's gonna have lesser status of a wife. Like our women in the kingdom is gonna be beautiful. They're gonna be princesses. They're gonna have all types of jewelry, nice clothes. They're gonna have status. They're gonna be able to do things. The concubine is not gonna have all that stuff. You're not gonna have raggedy Edomite with your princesses outfits on, and they get to go to the they get to go out and go with you to whatever's going to be going on in the kingdom, to like little celebrate little parties or whatever, get-togethers that Israel we might have, barbecues, cookouts, whatever the case may be that we're gonna be having in the kingdom. You think you're gonna bring your damn concubine over there to meet the other brothers? Hey, yeah, here, shalom and all that. No, shalom and no, the concubines, they're gonna be in the house cleaning, doing something, man, doing some housework, watching the kids. If it might be an adult affair, whatever the case may be, or whatever, man. Your concubine is not gonna have status of your actual Israelite women. They're not gonna be compared to them. You might have them clean up something, and then look. I need you to put the kids to bed. I need you to clean up the rest of this. I need you to clean up the living room, whatever the case may be. Sweet, whatever you got them doing, and then I need you to come upstairs because I got something I want you to do for me. And they ain't not gonna be, I don't want to, and all that. There ain't gonna be none of that, man. There ain't gonna be none of that. I don't want to. I don't feel like. You gotta also keep in mind too. You think about it like this. I honestly don't think you being another nation's woman, or whatever the case may be, you would think that they would cleave to you, because they don't want to be out there in the field working with the other nation, picking grapes or cotton or cutting down, climbing up trees to get apples off of them and fresh fruit. Or they want to be doing that, cleaning up the crawl space under the house. They're not gonna be doing that. And you would think that they would, hey, I'd rather be in the house and just do this, eat the housework, wash the laundry and do that, and then be outside in the hot sun doing with them. They're not gonna have a problem with it. You might have a problem with it at first, but hey, look, it's better to be in here than be out there, man. But either way, the kingdom's gonna be beautiful, and it's not just about having sex and all that stuff. It's more to that. But we gotta understand that's one of the perks. It's gonna be one of the perks of us being in rulership and taking on other nations is they women. And you women, nigga women, might have a problem with that now, but it doesn't matter. Cause y'all think y'all gonna just keep running over being higher ranked than the women in the kingdom. It ain't gonna be like that. It ain't gonna be nothing like that. Women are gonna be back in order with your mouth closed with nothing to say. So with that, I hope the lesson was edifying. We're gonna have concubines in the kingdom. Like I showed in the scriptures, men before us had, great men before us had concubines. And I think the point is, it wasn't meant to be a long lesson. I just wanted to address that and yeah, that's it. So I hope the lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you, hopeful elect, and your brothers pushing this truth all over the earth. And stay strong, Israel. We almost out of here. And until the next time, I say shalom.